Oh, Julie. I'm looking right at you guys. I can't see it. It's blind. Dun, da-da.
So first things first. What's the most interesting thing you learned today?
Trust.
Trust.
Trust. Good one. That's a great one.
Anyone else?
So speaks a higher level of English that everybody's ever known something. Julian
Julian, what did you say? Just put something
It's a very
Something about levels of English.
Oh, Google understands English on a level that you cannot even comprehend. You're welcome.
That's deep, dude.
Okay, anyone else? Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
That minors can make money off the podcast.
That sounds kind of scary.
I know.
That was an O or an E?
Anyone else? Yes, ma'am.
Tons of things, but community is one that really stood out to me today. Just how important it is to keep in touch and build those connections and just be a good person there and share.
Yep.
Give.
Couple more?
And you get at the end.
Yes. Yes.
That's the idea.
Couple more?
For me, it's been all about conversation. And one of the reasons, as the podcast blogger, one of them, I started the conversation in January. And it has just blossomed this weekend. But the conversation doesn't end here.
Right.
Yes.
It continues, it will continue on the blog, it will
Right.
continue on our web tools.
Yes, absolutely. And I saw another hand over here. Someone who, most interesting thing you learned this weekend? No, it wasn't.
Ta-da.
Okay. Yes, in the back.
Yeah, just one I had never heard before, which was pain point.
Oh, yeah.
We had a business session, and it was the pain point had to be established, and podcasting would be entertained or considered in light of this pain point. I hadn't heard that one.
Sounds like an acupuncture thing.
Well, the most interesting thing I heard this weekend came from my, I won't reveal the source, but the person said to me, no, it wasn't me. The person said to me, wow, these podcasters are kind of weird. I said, what do you mean?
Chris Brogan taught us this is weird, right?
Yeah, that's right.
That looks like a bad one. And I said, what do you mean? She said, well, they kind of remind me like of art students. Only they're smarter.
Oh.
The podcasters, I mean. The podcasters, I mean.
Yeah.
So, any arts people in the room, I apologize. That didn't come from me.
Sure.
So that was the most interesting thing I learned this weekend. We're like art students, only smarter.
Oh, wow, that's not offensive.
But we're still weird. We're still weird. And last comment right there.
Oh,
Yes.
I just kind of learned, like, instead of trying to have lots of listeners, sometimes just like you get one email from one listener, really focus on it. If they need something, like really just take the time
Oh,
to
yeah.
answer, especially if it's like an emotional something. Like, take the time. Don't worry about having so many listeners. Take that one email.
It's not always about reaching lots of people. It's about reaching the people that need you to reach them, right?
Awesome. All right, so Brent, any last remarks before we get out of here?
Well, just being here helped me sort of understand the importance of developing relationships with other podcasters and learning about all these different services. I mean, this whole thing just seems to be about like relationships and sharing information with people and pointing people to new things. And I just think it's really great that there's all these people that I know online and I've never met face to face, and then I come here and now I'm friends with them, and I met all these people that I haven't even heard of, and like we're getting along great, and it's just been a really good experience.
Julian?
I've talked enough, actually. You've done quite enough. Yeah, really. Thank you very much for coming. It's really cool to see all of you.
And
I told my wife that I'd probably lose my voice by the end of the day, and she asked me if that was a promise. She didn't ask me that. She thought it, but she didn't. I mean, I've talked enough too, always. But I just thank everybody for coming, and yeah, it's the analogy I was just thinking of is it's kind of like, and Virgil will get this, and Sean, it's like when you do a CD launch, which may not make sense as an analogy for a lot of people, but the problem is some bands treat a CD release or a CD launch as the end of a process, right? And the bands that are smart know that it's the beginning of a process. And that's kind of what these events are for me. It's like we're going into the next thing. I remember Bob was saying after PAB that he was getting a little sour on podcasting by the time he got up to PAB, and then it's like,
yeah,
he launched you back in, right? And I'm kind of feeling the same thing. So thank you all for helping gear my enthusiasm back a bit higher.
Good.
Feels good. Feels good. Feels good.
Awesome.
A bit, just a little.
So just
You guys aren't that great. Come on. No, thank you.
last few things. Our blog was updated by two fabulous people. It was created by Julian in October and lay dormant for months. Until Sean, duct tape guy, can you just wave, stand up? And Connie, right here, stepped up and thank goodness Sean did not post pictures of kittens. So that was awesome, because we all contributed. Yeah. And then some other people I want to recognize is Ninja, who sat in one of the rooms over there all day for 2 days operating the cameras. So thank you. And then last but not least, the awesome team here at Ryerson. You guys, not only did you get these rooms ready, but you gave us live streaming video and posted the videos online. So I want to recognize Manny and Mike and Brad.
So you go.
And then my co-op student downstairs.
Oh, yeah.
Tiffany.
She's still sitting there.
She's still sitting there because she needs those hours in.
What you guys did is streaming all this stuff is, I don't think it's ever quite been done this way.
No, it hasn't.
And it sets a certain height for PodCamp. So I mean, it's fabulous. I don't think anybody else would have really been capable of doing it the way that you guys did, with a great deal of it works. I mean, it worked amazingly well, and everybody, some people that would have loved to be here but couldn't, were able to basically see everything.
So Brad, you may have to loan Manny out to all the other podcasts.
Oh yeah, wasn't Mark Hunter watching this?
I'm not sure he was on.
Oh,
We had 4 people from Podcast User Magazine on.
Yeah.
Hugh's been talking to people, and they're sort of,
Great.
and they're all in the
Nico in
UK,
Argentina?
all over the place.
Oh, is Nico on?
Nico was watching the streams.
Oh, nice.
There are some people that surfed to this site, saw some of the sessions, and ran down here.
Get out.
No way.
Yes.
Nice.
Good morning. I was
Really?
going to do it. I had to stay at home because I had a kid with a fever.
Yeah.
I wanted to be here, so I watched the 2 sessions I needed
that's
to be
great.
at, and then I came when I could.
That's so cool. Nice.
Yes, but we have to remember that it's also archived.
Yes.
And we have archives of everything now.
Yeah.
Audio and video.
Which is
That's what podcast is all
fabulous,
about.
Yeah.
because there's
Archive.
lots of things I can see.
All
It's got to
right.
be a download, right, Andy?
And last but not least, our sponsors who's made this possible, Scotiabank, that you've heard mentioned over and over and over throughout the weekend.
There you go.
It's great not only to have a sponsor cough up the money to make this happen, but also show up and be a part of our event and lead a session. So I want to thank Scotiabank for that. Brent's company, Kandari, who sponsored the Saturday Night Jam session, as well as a few independents such as the M Show with John Wall and Marky Martini.
Baby tell.
Bill
Baby
Sweetman,
Tell,
he's
Baby Tell.
still here. And Bill Sweetman also participated in our event by leading a session.
Yeah.
Baby Tell as well, so visit their website, check out the services they have for podcasters. Peter O'Connell, who led a session on voice.
Yeah.
He was also here as well, one of our sponsors. And Tari, who brought all this gear and stuff. So check the sponsorship page. She was able to drum up all this stuff, such as 50% off of hosting or something like that.
Oh, yeah?
She's got 2 tickets for the Real World Festival. And so I need to do a drop. I wasn't sure, should we do it with the people in the room?
Real world.
No, we should do it after.
Okay, do it after.
How
After the people are in the room. So look out for that. We're going to try to do something.
are we going to do a draw?
Yeah, easy.
Yeah,
From the registry.
generate.
Yeah, from the registry.
Oh, right. Nice.
And we'll do a randomizer.
Yeah.
You guys are so smart.
So that's going to come. So look in your email to see who wins those 2 tickets. and check out all our sponsors. And thank you so much for sticking it out, for staying with us, and for making this a
Thank
fun,
you guys.
awesome
Yeah,
event.
thank you guys, yeah.
Just loving you. Just loving you.
I prefer his.
We'll